Well, good day. This is Charlie Pellerin narrating my favorite little presentation, the Fifth Force. It's about managing it. I use 4D Systems tools to manage the Fifth Force because the Fifth Force is social context, and we work mostly with team social context. It drives behaviors and, in turn, performance and risk. This is my favorite little image of the Fifth Force, where you see the little force field lines interconnecting the people who are interacting under this mutual field. Not ideal, but the best thing I've seen. All right. Why do you want to do this? Well, if you adopt these processes, the first thing you do is enhance your team's performance, lower your risk, and I'll show you some dramatic examples of risk from unmanaged Fifth Force fields. And another really interesting fact, the conventional methodology to develop people as leaders is send them off one at a time, at least it was when I was going, one at a time to some class thing someplace out of town with unassociated people. You come back and almost nothing comes back. This methodology changes the force field everybody feels, does everybody at once. It's in use worldwide. Today there are dashboards in more than 75 countries, and it drives behavior. That's why you need to pay attention to it. I want to look at the full suite of fundamental forces. Mother Nature has 4, and that's my funny Mother Nature over there. Then there's the one human force, the fifth force. First, the gravity force. You're all familiar with this. We feel it all the time, every day. It's very, very weak force. I'm giving it a strength of 1 just to show you the strength relative to other forces. The range is infinite, reaches out into the universe, and we all unconsciously adapt to it all the time. If we didn't, we'd collapse and fall on the floor. Next force is the weak nuclear force. It mediates primarily things like radioactive decay. It's 10 to the 25th times stronger, just so you get this right. That's 10 with 25 zeros. But its range is so short, and there's no need for you to ever pay attention to this. No one cares about this unless they happen to be a physicist. And you're all familiar with the electromagnetic force. It's 10 to the 36 times stronger than gravity, you can see here. It also has an infinite range, but it's different than gravity in that there's charges and electromagnetism. And some of you probably don't think much about. It is the force that is responsible for almost everything in ordinary life. Matter having substance, biology, everything. Very important force. Next, the strong force, because it's so much stronger, 10 to the 38th times gravity, and 100 times stronger than the electromagnetic force. These ranges are approximate ranges. This isn't exactly right, but it's very short range force. You can ignore this safely too. And what fascinates me is that's it. That's all we need to do to understand everything in the universe is these forces. Finally, the fifth force, and here's an object of a man-made thing, the Great Wall in China, because it's man-made. I'm going to claim its strength is infinite because, as you see, it'll trump everything else. And the range is whatever range people are interacting over. Most commonly a team, but for example, if you're trying to win an election, all professional elections are trying to set the context, use the fifth force to influence a whole country. So the range is over whatever range people are interacting with each other. That's the end of the brief segment 1, and we'll take a break to get ready for segment 2. Thank you for listening, and see you soon.